Jonathan Markwell,
All right, Ben.
how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm more intrigued to see what you think about the Crew 2. Because you've been playing the Crew 2.
I've been playing the Crew 2.
So tell me about it.
There are bits of the Crew 2 that I've enjoyed.
Okay.
I'll tell you about those bits first.
Okay.
The racing,
Yeah.
while at first I thought it was a bit sketchy,
Yeah.
the turning circles are interesting on some points.
Okay.
Once you get your car upgraded and stuff, and it feels a bit faster.
Yeah.
It feels a lot of the vehicles feel quite slow to begin with. Obviously, you're starting on beginner vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get a bit better when you start upgrading with your loot and stuff. I like getting the loot and snapping that onto the car.
Okay.
It's very satisfying. You get your little loot after your races.
Yeah.
You snap it onto the car in that kind of UbiSoft fashion.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice.
Is it all colour coded, like your
It's
rarity?
all colour coded.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. The racing, the car racing in particular, is very good.
Okay.
I like that. Apart from the rubber banding on it is quite severe.
Yeah,
It's
this
very
is something.
arcadey.
That's something that I've heard a lot of actually. I've yet
Yeah.
to. I've not really played any of it myself yet, but from what I understand, is it's very Mario Kart.
It's quite punishing if you slip up a little bit on a corner. Everyone's going past you.
Yeah.
So that's a bit harsh. But other than that, that's okay. The thing is about the Crew is that its major selling points are it's got not just cars, but boats and planes.
Yeah.
And it's got a really big open world.
Yes.
Problem is, boats and planes aren't that interesting,
Oh.
and the open world is a bit of a waste of time.
Oh.
Because even though it's very impressive, because when you first go into it and you see this big map, it's basically America,
Okay.
right? I think it's called like Motor Country or something.
Motor City or no, Motor City is going to be yeah.
Motor something? I don't know. And it looks amazing. And when you look at the map, it's like, damn, that's America. Obviously, like a very small version of America.
Yeah.
But, you can go from coast to coast and stuff. It takes ages.
Well, that was the big selling point of the first game, wasn't
Yeah.
it? You could do like essentially the Cannonball Run.
Yes. The problem is, if you do that, you get bored because there's not a lot to see or do.
Okay.
When it's not like GTA where you're trekking along, or like Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
right? Where you're sort of like you're going from mission to mission and you find something along the way, you get distracted. There's not really anything to find.
Okay.
Like there's very few side missions. Like you can take photos of deers and bears and stuff.
Right. Okay.
And the planes. I mean, there's a reason there's not a lot of plane racing games, isn't there?
I mean, there was Pilot Wings, but that's about it.
I mean, even then, that's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that intrigued me about the Crew 2 was the ability that it's got, so that you're flying around
Yeah.
in a plane,
Yes.
and then you can switch to a boat
Oh, you can.
in mid-air,
In the air.
and then the boat just plummets to Earth.
Yeah. Or you can switch to like a boat over land and it just like falls to the land. And whatever you like.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. The thing is, that is a lot of fun, and it is still cool even after sort of like a few hours. It's like when you're if you're flying along in your plane, switch to a car, drop onto the road, keep going, fucking brilliant, right? But apart from that, it's not used very well because there is a few kind of tentpole races throughout the game, tentpole events that are called the extreme. Oh, they're called live events.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And on those, you change between the vehicles as you go along.
Right.
But it does it for you though. You don't do it on your own.
So it's a bit like a triathlon.
Kind of, yeah. That's a good way of thinking about
Yeah.
it. But other than that, though, all the other events you just keep in the one vehicle.
Right.
So it's only really the free roaming you do it yourself. So it's a nice feature, but it's not like particularly well implemented.
Okay. Tell me about the monster trucks, Johnny.
There are monster trucks. Monster trucks are one of my favourite bits. They just there are races, and they also exist in these like sort of big overgrown skate parks.
Oh, okay.
So you can launch them off like quarter pipes and stuff, and half pipes. It's a lot of fun.
See, that sounds like a lot of fun. That
I was quite excited about the monster trucks.
that sounds a bit like a part of a game that I could get into.
Yeah.
And the thing is with the Crew is that it's not a series that excited me,
No.
and I don't really see a whole lot about the Crew 2 that has enough in there to go, you know what, you have to play this game.
The defining characteristics it's got, i.e. the switching and the big open world, are not enough
Right.
to make it an essential purchase because like it's fun and like the open world it looks great as well. Like at certain points,
Oh, yeah.
the open world, particularly the outdoorsy bits like the
Yeah.
forest and stuff, look amazing. The cities look less great because they look a bit deserted
Okay.
sometimes. But yeah,
So, do you think Ubisoft are going to do what they've done with a lot of their games with the Crew?
I hope so because there's definitely scope to patch this up and make it a bit better.
Yeah.
Like adding some multiplayer, which I think that they're going to do in December, I believe was the date, maybe November.
Yeah.
I heard multiplayer was on the way. If they could, I don't know how plausible it is. They can add some more stuff into the open world. That'd be nice. Because the events, it is cool. Because like you can, when you scan over the map and stuff, like you get your little events on the map as pins.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, you just sort of drop into whichever one you want to do. There's street racing. The rally races are good. The street racing is good. Generally, anything to do with the cars is all right. Anything to do with planes and boats, less interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, overall, if you had to say at this point in time, The Crew 2 is a mark out of 10,
yeah,
what would you give it?
I think it's a 6.
A 6.
It's got nice ideas that it doesn't really do a lot with.
Okay.
It's got a lot of room to be a lot better. A lot of room to be a lot better.
Okay.
Yes, and they could hopefully do that.
And do you think? And that's the thing. Like, obviously, you know, Ubisoft now are getting a bit more famed for having this attitude of, right, well, we'll continually support the game.
Yeah.
With you know, games as a service, if you want to call it that, for you know, for going forward with it all. Yeah. And I just wonder if they might have potentially gone a bit too far with The Crew 2. I think that some people are saying, you know, that the game obviously launched in a bit of a barren state.
Yeah.
To the point where they were saying, obviously this, you know, the game's been out a while now. We've had a chance to really knuckle down with it and get some time with it.
Yes.
But it launched, there was a £100 version where you could play the game early.
Yeah.
And then they've come out and gone, oh, well, yeah, we're going to add more content to it. Yeah. So it's like, well, should you not have had that content there from the start?
That's modern games, though, isn't it, really?
I mean, yeah, but I just think it takes the piss a little bit to have something that costs £100 that doesn't have, you know, that is a bare game, and then saying, oh, yeah, we're putting more stuff out. It's like, well, yeah, I don't know.
Was that the only bonus that you're playing it early?
I think there was some skins and stuff and in-game content.
Because that is good, because, like, what it has got going for it is all the cars are licensed, and they look pretty cool.
Okay.
There's, like, everything from minis, like, you know, Porsches and stuff, and they look great. The downside of that is that they don't take damage.
Right. Oh, okay.
And I don't like that because you get this kind of unnatural thing where if you're driving and you hit a wall, your car just kind of bounces off rather than crumpling into it.
Yeah.
I don't really like that in games.
Yeah, I mean, even Gran Turismo's implementing damage now, so it's a...
And they've got licensed cars.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah. So there we go, The Crew 2, at this point in time, probably not the best racer that you can pick up at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a quiet period, so if you want a racing game and you can find it cheap somewhere, that's not a bad idea. But
yeah, I mean,
maybe buy it now and hope it gets patched up like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with The Crew 2. I think, to be honest, I think one of the things we've spoken about is that we might check in on this in about 3-4 months' time.
Oh, definitely.
After the multiplayer update goes live, for sure, we'll check it out again and we'll come back to it. But for the moment, it's a tentative maybe as a recommendation.
Yeah.
If you've not really got anything else to play.
Sure, it is a quiet period, so you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, guys. If you haven't enjoyed this video, please do drop us a like, leave us a comment, and share the video about. Subscribe to us on social media, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.